What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Truck Series here on Fox Sports 1. We are here at Sonoma Raceway getting ready to kick things off for yet another road course race here on the schedule. And this is not deja vu if you remember the ending of the last race here in the series. Matt Crafton stole the win from Chris Mack. Well, look at our front row. Once again, Chris Mack on the pole, Crafton to his right side. As we head through the final corner. The field kind of gets bunched up through there, so Chris Mack making sure everything is orderly. As we come to the restart zone, the green flag is waving. We're racing here at Sonoma. And look at that, the 79. I thought he was slow, I guess not. But, I mean, Matt cleared Crafton right off the jump, and he set sail. He is absolutely pulling away. He knows this track like the back of his hand. He's been here so many times now, in all different series. So he's running away with this one. He might have the most experience at this racetrack out of everyone. As Matt Crafton sits in second and hopes for a late race caution just like last week. That's how he stole the win away at Portland. Late race yellow, got the lead on the restart and was able to hold him off. Crafton's been racing for a while, so that veteran mentality to keeping that composure paid off last week. But the caution's out already. We got a couple of destroyed racetrack trucks back here. We saw Chris Mack was going to win the race back to the caution flag. Frank Denny Jr. has some big time damage, and you saw he got caught up with Max Pappas. So let's take a look and see what happened here. Oh, 3 wide ahead. Oh, hard into the wall. Went to 47. They wrecked big time back there. Chris Lawson in that 47 truck this week. And his race is over before it really even got going. Really unfortunate. Just 3 wide through there never works. And man, he got hit from behind pretty hard as well. 2 hard licks. And that's concrete too. But luckily everyone's okay. Try it again here. Green flag back in the air. Oh, nearly some contact between Mack and Crafton. Chris Mack hanging on. Crafton also hanging on. Dives into the next corner. Tries to keep his nose in there. Has to fall back. And Chris Mack is going to clear for the lead yet again. Here comes the 51 of Denny Hamlin. Hamlin looking to get a little bit of extra experience to try and compete with that 86 truck on Sunday. Or tomorrow, rather. Tomorrow is Sunday. Val Wolf up inside the top 5 yet again. A great run for her. On these road courses that she runs 5th. Tries to defend against Mike Skinner. Her teammate further back, Joey Clanton, in that 79 truck, hangs on against 30 of Top Odine. Chris Mack out in front. Gonna lead the funny lap of the race. And no caution, so we're gonna jump ahead. And there's the caution. I thought maybe they would go green to the end. This race usually ends up being pretty clean for the most part once they get past the start shenanigans, but not this time. Let's see what happened here. It's in another turn 1 shenanigan, another vicious hit. No, doesn't look like it. Just gonna go back and watch the pace truck. There it is. See what happened here. Oh, you know what it is? It's that 9 truck. Max Pappas on pit road there. You see he's slow. Barely under power. Looks like he may have dropped something on the racetrack. May have been leaking some fluid. Or if not, you know, just doesn't hurt to just check and be safe. Keeping the safety of the drivers in mind. Could have been leaking something, so racing back to the caution flag. Drivers being very cautious with their throttle inputs there and just where they're driving. Just in case there's something down in the racetrack. That'll reduce grip. Caution is out, as you see they're pacing at snail's pace there. Just in case something's on the track there, so. Green flag back in the air. Track is clear. Not anymore. They're wrecking down in the turn 1. This is Ricky Carmichael got turned and he's getting turned again. This time through the grass, back up into the racing surface. They're piling in. More wrecking behind. Max Pappas is destroyed. Stacy Compton got shipped off onto the other side. Caution's gonna wave yet again. Chaotic restart here from Sonoma. Man, a lot just happened, and Matt Crafton has some damage to the rear end of that truck. So does the 86. The 86 had damage in the last restart. They seemed to kind of bottleneck in that final hairpin corner under these cautions, and that might be where that damage came from. Man, look at Brent Raymer. And that 85 truck completely destroyed. I think we know how that race back is going to go, so let's just go back and see what caused the caution. So there were multiple incidents here. Let's see what happened the furthest back. Max Pappas and Brent Raymer. Oh, Raymer gets sent into the tire barrier. He got clipped and saved it, but put right into a trajectory for that tire barrier. Clips it, and that destroys the truck. And he goes sliding right into Max Pappas. I thought it was Pappas that was smoking, and it was actually Raymer. And that 9 truck goes for a spin. Keeps it rolling. So what happened to Stacy Compton? Well, let's go find out. Can't see anything from that angle. Looks like just kind of reacting to the bottleneck ahead of him. And just, oh man. So he was actually 3 wide. They were 4 wide for a split second. The 60, I'd assume, jumped on the brakes pretty hard. And it seems like, yeah, just a little bit of contact. And he had the rear brakes kind of locked up for a second. It slides. Tried to hang on to it, but ran out of asphalt. Round he goes. Off into the tires. Mike Skinner, big time damage to the nose of his truck. What happened here? Well, happened on the restart. The 4 of Ricky Carmichael is hooked by Hamlin. What happened for Hamlin to get into Carmichael? Looks like Hamlin just got caught out in a bad spot there. So we watch from this angle. Yeah, looks like kind of caught in a bad position. Nearly 3 wide. Gets into the 5 of Skinner. That sends him into the 4 of Carmichael. And Skinner right there. Nowhere to go when Carmichael bounces off the wall. And that destroys the front end of his truck. It's likely going to end his day. And the Carmichael truck gets spun yet again. Eric Almirola's there. The 8 of Dennis Setzer's there. Just a bad situation all around. Whew, man, there's a lot going on here on these restarts. We're going to try it again, though. Green flag back in the air. More contact being made here. And Crafton looks like it's going to clear Chris Mack. No, not quite. It looks like when you have to have extra wheel in it to keep off the car to your left side. You just cannot get the gas down up that hill, as the trucks get really unstable, and Chris Mack uses that to his advantage every time. A little bit of contact between teammates there as Clanton tried to get by Wolf. And that's Zaxby's truck now. It was Cessna last season, but they weren't really paying Mack Motorsports, so they just kind of covered up the logos there. Kept the same design, but Clanton here having a great run. Another one. He's had a rough season so far. Shown potential. Just hasn't had things to go his way. So looks like that potential to have a good run might be paying off here as he gets to the inside of Val Wolf. Can't quite make it work. And Clanton, he's a franchise owner at Zaxby's, which is why you see that logo on the hood of his truck. Using that money to fund his racing career. So you can see on the sides and the roof, you see bits of that old 36 covered up by the 79. You can see that team kind of scraping by when it comes to some of the stuff back at the shop and maybe the designs of the trucks. So very interesting to see there. Stacey Compton coming out of pit road. Chris Mack driving away with this one. We're gonna jump ahead. Hopefully it's green to the end. 3 laps to go. If there's no caution by this point, I think it's safe to say the race is pretty much over. Well, yeah, it is safe to say, goodness, that the race would be official by now, because they would have to race back to the caution, and there are no natural one-lap shootouts in this game. So yeah, 2 to go, and look at this roadblock in front of our leader there, but he's got a 12-second lead. He can be patient. He's got nothing to worry about. No need to rush around the outside. Now looking to the outside of the 60 of Stacey Compton. Stacey's gonna let him by as he picks his way through the lap traffic there. Matt Crafton just now coming around into the uphill section. Now coming around to go back downhill into the S's for the penultimate time in this race. Chris Mack. Redemption for Portland as he comes through the S's and just prays for no caution, which I don't think we will. I know I'm kind of spoiling it, but I don't think we will get one. Out of the final turn, he's going to see the white flag in the air this time by. 1 lap to go for Chris Mack. And now he can just kind of breathe. No need to take any risks this lap. He can just coast, and he's way in the clear. Matt Crafton just now coming to the start-finish line here. That is what? Let's wait for the ticker to update. A 13-second lead for Chris Mack. He can use every bit of those 13 seconds and still be in the clear. To the inside of that 12, gets by with ease. The 12 just kind of let him by. Lap car is being very nice, staying out of the leaders away. Chris Mack, a road course ace here in the series. The owner of this team, partially. This is still basically Papyrus Racing, just not under the same banner. But they're working out of the same shop. Papyrus Racing decided to close down their teams in the top 3 divisions. Focus on their modified team for now. As a little bit of contact is made here. And oh my goodness, you are kidding me. Chris Mack upside down along with Norm Benning as he was about to cross the start-finish line and win. Matt Crafton is going to come through. He's going to steal another one. Matt Crafton wins at Sonoma. I could not believe what I just saw. A hard crash at the very end of the race. Chris Mack lost another one, guys. Oh, this is heartbreaking, and you know he's furious. There's Norm Benning on pit road. I cannot believe what just happened. Chris Mack had it won. It was in the bag. He had a good run out of the corner. He probably didn't need to make this pass, but you know he likes to make that extra pass. Probably expected the 57 to give him the lane. The 57 didn't. Probably didn't even realize he was coming with such a big run. Watch this. Oh my goodness. I mean, that was a violent accident, by the way. But I just can't believe what just happened. What we just saw is probably the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen. The 57 coming over, just racing his line. You'd think the spotter would be letting them know, hey, the leader's right behind you. He's looking to get past, but just cuts across his nose, and they get hooked together and can never get off of each other. The 57 gets turned. Chris Mack trying to back out, just can't. And just, wow. What a wreck. Both trucks turning over. A wild ride for both of them here. So we're going to watch it again here in full speed. Watch this. Oh, man. Look at that 57 twirling through the air. And lands on his roof. The 86 completely destroyed. Heartbreaker for Chris Mack, who thought he had it won. Ends up with another truck in the dumpster. In the junkyard, rather. Watch this. I mean, I'm speechless. I'm heartbroken for Chris Mack, for the driver there. He had this race. He dominated this race, had it won, deserved every bit of it, and for it to be taken away, mere feet, probably 100 feet from the start-finish line. It's just sickening. Absolutely sickening. I mean, that's what, about 200 feet, 150 from the line there, and that truck will not move. Glad he's okay, but man, you just hate it. You hate to see it. So unfortunate. But that's gonna do it. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm flabbergasted after what I just saw. But yeah, still gotta close out the video. So if you like what you saw in this video, hit that subscribe button for more, and I hope to see y'all next time. Till then, peace.